Oh my God. That snack and two others completely transformed my physique in just 60 days. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it, along with two other snacks that are just as good. The first snack I'm going to start with is the most simple, but at the same time, it's the equivalent of eating candy. I'm going to be using kiwi, apple, pear, and plum. I've been eating these three snacks several times a week, and without them, I would have given into my cravings, ordered DoorDash, and stayed chubby forever. Making this change was the best decision I've ever made. You want to cut the fruit in whichever way suits you and simply just start plating them up. This takes 5 minutes and it's absolutely delicious when you use your favorite fruit. However, there's one costly mistake that people make when it comes to eating fruit. That's the glycemic index. This is essentially an index that tells you how much sugar is in each fruit. The higher the number, the more sugar it contains, meaning if you're on a diet where you want to avoid added sugars or a ton of sugar in general, you should eat them in moderation. That's exactly why I used kiwi, pear, apple, and plum, because they're all moderate to low on the glycemic index. However, if I ate a ton of dates, watermelon, and cantaloupe, then I would have been at a greater risk of a high insulin spike, which is scientifically what causes acne and also a major part of why I changed my diet up so much. However, in just 30 days, I've already seen amazing changes from this new diet in managing my insulin spikes. This next snack makes you feel like you're not even eating on a diet, like you're munching away on something crunchy without the guilt. First, you're going to take a saucepan, put some olive oil in it, and heat it on medium heat. Enough to coat the pan, but also while having a puddle just a millimeter thick that coats the bottom. Next, drop a few popcorn kernels in the pan and just leave them be. Once they pop, you know the oil has been heated enough, so pour the rest of the popcorn kernels in, which is 1/3 of a cup, and take the pan off the heat. Leave it alone for 30 seconds, and that way the popcorn kernels get close enough to popping temperature without actually popping. I let the oil heat up a little too much, so some of them did kind of start popping, but it doesn't really matter. After 30 seconds of leaving them off the heat, put the saucepan back on the burner on medium heat and cover it with a lid. But you want to leave a little gap so that the steam from the popcorn doesn't make it all soft. Start shaking it back and forth like you're giving back shots, and soon you will start hearing tons of popping sounds. Once the popping sounds reduce to only a couple every several seconds, turn off the heat to avoid burning the popcorn and add it to a big bowl, which is where I have one of my secrets that gives my popcorn an extra kick. Season the popcorn with lots of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of olive oil or butter if you eat dairy, and then mix it around with your hand and follow up with another couple rounds of salt. Now for my secret. Use a little bit of garlic powder, not too much, but just 1 round of a sprinkle. It makes it so much more flavorful and takes away from that blandness that you get in some store-bought popcorn. And there you have it. This is the replacement for potato chips, and these don't actually make you feel like shit after you've ate them. On top of that, it's low in calories, it's customizable, and it's also a whole grain. Now for the snack you've all been waiting for. Take a sweet potato, make sure you wash it, and cut off both of the ends and align your knife just like this. We're making sweet potato fries, so keep in mind that the length of these cuts that we're about to make will determine the thickness of your fry. Make your first cut lengthwise, and now you have a base to place it on while making the other cuts. Make the other cuts at roughly the same length, and now you have these planks. Stack the planks on top of each other and cut them lengthwise once again, and now you have your fries. For cooking them, I recommend an air fryer, but I will give you the oven instructions just in case you don't have one. Place the fries in your air fryer basket or your baking tray if you're using an oven, and coat them in olive oil. Give them a toss around so they're glossy just like this, which is going to help give them a nice crispy outside. Now toss them around in salt and pepper, and always remember to add a second round of salt. Place them in your air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or in your oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for the next 17 to 20 minutes. And as these cook, we're going to move on to the garnish. And this is what turns your basic sweet potato into some real fucking yam fries. Oh my fucking god. Take either cilantro or parsley, I used cilantro, and shred it just like this. Once you cut some off, give it another cut again to make these fine pieces and place them into a little bowl. Now that the sweet potato is cooked for 10 minutes, I toss them around to make sure all sides cook evenly, and I put them back in the air fryer for the final 7 to 10 minutes. Next, take some minced garlic, and I didn't have any fresh garlic, so I'm just using it out of a jar. But ideally, you want to mince a garlic yourself and add it to the bowl. Then take some coarse sea salt. I just unscrewed my salt shaker and used that stuff, and also I made sure to crush it to make slightly smaller pieces. You want the texture from the coarseness, but you also don't want to just be eating big rocks of salt. In hindsight, crushing these with the butt of the knife would have been way more efficient, so make sure to do that instead of using the blade or chopping it like my retarded ass is doing. Add it to the bowl and the garnish is done, just in time for the sweet potato fries to finish. Now there are 3 more things that I'm going to add to this dish which really tie it all together, so make sure to not miss out on those. But this is exactly what you want to be looking for. The fries should be charred in some areas on the edges, and I actually prefer it that way because it gives off this smoky flavor. You just want to make sure that the middle and the inside of these fries aren't hard, like they're raw. As we add the garnish and the next final 2 ingredients, which I'll reveal in just a moment, that takes this dish to the next level. If you're looking to quit junk food and have a personalized diet plan, then click the link in the description to join my school community. Next, you want to add a small sprinkle of garlic powder, which gives it some nice color, but also some extra seasoning to bring out better flavors. Follow that up with paprika, and finally, serve with some garlic hummus on the side for dipping them in. And there you have it. These sweet potato fries are absolutely perfect, and I'm eating them all the damn time. Along with the 2 other snacks, I no longer have the urges to order DoorDash or eat tons of shit food because these satisfy me just fine. And I guarantee once you make them, you'll feel the exact same way.